Hello and welcome to Inventiva. Team Inventiva hopes that you all are in good health and following the COVID protocols. Today I am Raunak Soni back again with a fresh cover story. Lessons for India in Joe Biden's COVID-19 rescue plan for the US economy. The American President Joe Biden has time and again expressed his notion to rebuild American economy and with plans that followed those words. There have been significant lessons for many of the world's major economies, particularly India, whose current state is as devastating as it can get. However, before we dive deep into the exploration of learnings from Biden's rescue plan, it is important that we understand and analyze where we are standing at this particularly point economically. While revised estimates of India's forecasted growth are unsurprisingly lower as compared to the optimistic predictions in the beginning of the year, giving it a number would be more helpful to understand the contemporary position. As per the US-based credit-related agency, the Moody's-related agencies that had initially forecasted growth to be around 13.7% for the fiscal year, the estimated have now been smashed to single-digit 9.3%. Remember the time when the World Bank, Asian Development Bank and International Monetary Fund were forecasting double-digit growth for the country. Seems like a distant dream now, even though the Finance Ministry expects that economic impact of the second wave would be lower than that of the first wave, since economic activities has learned to be operate with the virus. In the light of low correlation between mobility and economic activity, the impact, however, would be fairly significant. Consider for a fact that all major economic indicators like household income, consumption patterns and employment parameters and some other points to be rather grim situation. Further aggravated by the disappointingly increased economic inequalities and insignificant addition to the aggregation of poor, the economic distress is expected to hamper rural areas much more significantly. As far mentioned, the second wave of, the coronavirus, any crisis in general worst affect the vulnerable, the poor and the middle class. It is because any rational nation realizes the importance of middle class is the development of the country and lower class is the well-being of the country. In Joe Biden's word, the Americans' job plan is a blue-collar blueprint it built America. The Biden's propositions worked on the premises of reducing healthcare premiums and the price of prescription drugs, among many other plans. While we cannot at this point assess the credibility of these claims and propositions, we can only hope that this too good to be true plan plays out for the country. As for India, these plans are little too ambitious looking at the economic current state and the government fiscal position. Nevertheless, it is the time that Indian government's historic corporate tax cuts and faulty notions of encouraging the wealth creators are replaced with progressive taxes and benefits for middle and lower income groups. It is time that India takes a leaf out of the Biden's handbook. So this much for today's cover story. I am Raunak Soni and I'll come back again. Till then, keep watching Inventiva.